Sister Jean, Loyola's cherished chaplain and national treasure, dies peacefully at 106. Her final words inspire millions. The world is saying goodbye to a woman whose spirit lit up the nation. Sister Jean Dolores, the cherished chaplain of Loyola-Chicago and an enduring symbol of faith and optimism, has passed away at the age of 106. Her death, confirmed by Loyola officials and her religious community, marks the end of an extraordinary life devoted to service, education, and unwavering belief. Loved by generations of students and admired by millions beyond her university, Sister Jean's radiant smile, quick wit, and unshakable faith made her a household name. In a quiet passing surrounded by her sisters in faith, she left behind words that perfectly reflected her lifelong message of hope. Keep praying, keep believing. God never stops working. A humble beginning and a sacred calling. Born on August 21, 1919 in San Francisco, Jean Dolores Schmidt grew up in a world reshaped by war and social change. From a young age, she knew her heart belonged to God. After joining the Sisters of Charity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, she spent more than 80 years serving as a teacher, mentor, and spiritual guide, touching countless lives through compassion and wisdom. Her early career took her to classrooms across California and Illinois, where she taught with patience and humor. But it was her move to Loyola-Chicago in 1991 that would define her later life and transform her into an American icon. As chaplain of the Loyola Ramblers men's basketball team, Sister Jean became far more than a spiritual counselor. She became the heartbeat of the program. For decades, she wrote daily emails to players, offering pregame prayers, reflections, and encouragement. Her advice wasn't just about faith. It was about integrity, teamwork, and never giving up. She knew every player by name. She remembered their families, their struggles, and their dreams. Her faith in them, much like her faith in God, was absolute. When Loyola made its miraculous run to the Final Four in 2018, Sister Jean's joy and spirit became a global sensation. Seated courtside in her maroon and gold scarf, she became a symbol of grace and gratitude, reminding the nation that faith and optimism could triumph even in a world full of noise and cynicism. Fame and humility. Fame and humility overnight, Sister Jean became a national figure, appearing on magazine covers, late-night talk shows, and even inspiring merchandise. But fame never swayed her. When asked how it felt to be a celebrity, she chuckled and said, "Oh, I don't think of myself that way. I'm just doing what God asks of me, loving people." That humility became her trademark. She was admired not because she sought the spotlight, but because she embodied something rare, a pure, joyful faith that transcended religion, sports, and generations. Her 2023 memoir, Wake Up with Purpose, captured her reflections on faith, education, and aging gracefully. Even in her centenarian years, she remained sharp, vibrant, and humorous, often joking that God must be keeping me around because there's still work to do. Cause of death and final words. Loyola University confirmed that Sister Jean passed away peacefully in her sleep after a brief period of declining health. The cause of death was attributed to natural causes. Her sisters in the Blessed Virgin Mary community said she spent her final days surrounded by prayer, laughter, and gratitude. Her last recorded words, according to those by her side, were a gentle blessing. "Don't stop loving one another. It's what keeps the world alive." Those words, like so many of hers before, reflected a lifetime spent teaching others to lead with compassion and to see goodness even in hardship. Tributes from across the nation. Within hours of her passing, tributes poured in from across the United States. Loyola University President Mark C. Reed wrote, "Sister Jean was more than a chaplain. She was our conscience, our light, and our inspiration. She lived her faith every day, and her spirit will live on in every student and player she touched." The NCAA posted, "Her joy reminded the world that sports can be about more than victory. They can be about faith, unity, and heart." Former Loyola star Clayton Custer shared, "She prayed with us, cried with us, and believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. There will never be another Sister Jean." Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson called her a symbol of everything that's good about faith and community, declaring that her message of love and service will remain part of Chicago's soul forever. a life of unshakable faith. Beyond basketball, Sister Jean's true mission was spiritual. She was a daily presence on campus, attending Mass, counseling students, and listening to anyone who needed guidance. She often spoke about the importance of gratitude and patience, saying, "Every day is a gift from God, and we're all just unwrapping it together." Her unwavering positivity inspired people of all beliefs. She became a symbol of aging gracefully, living proof that purpose has no expiration date. Even at 100, she joked about having too much to do to slow down. Her faith was not one of rigid piety, but of warmth and understanding, a belief that laughter was holy and love was a lifelong vocation. Continuing her legacy in honor of Sister Jean's life and service, Loyola University announced plans to establish the Sister Jean Legacy Fund, dedicated to scholarships for students who exemplify leadership, service, and compassion, the very virtues she embodied. A public mass celebrating her life will be held at Loyola's Gentile Arena, the very arena where her prayers once echoed before every game. Remembering a legend, for more than a century, Sister Jean showed the world how to live with purpose, love deeply, and never stop believing. Her story, from a humble classroom in California to the global stage of March Madness, is a reminder that one person's faith can move millions. She often said, "As long as you wake up breathing, God still has work for you to do." Now, as the world remembers her, that message feels even more powerful. Her final blessing to the Loyola community, "Don't stop loving one another," will live on as her eternal prayer for humanity. Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt leaves behind no biological children, but millions of spiritual ones, students, athletes, and strangers who learned from her that kindness is stronger than time, and that faith lived with joy can make the world a brighter place.